Now, I'm making this list. I'm dedicating it to a great actor who recently passed away. He passed away on the 14th of January. Big shocker. Big shocker for me. He's one of my favorite. I remember he's one of the first actors I remember. Like, you know, when you remember back when you were a kid, like really remember who are the actors I remember when I was little, growing up and stuff. And he's one of them. And Alan Rickman, great actor. To me, can do anything. If you've seen his movies, a lot of you remember him from Die Hard. A lot of you know him as Professor Snape from the Harry Potter series, and he's been in many other movies. He's been in a lot of movies, but I've only seen him in Harry Potter, Die Hard, and the movie Galaxy Quest. But even if I didn't see all his work, he will always be my favorite. And I remember as a little kid, I remember one of the first movies I ever saw back then was Die Hard. Yes, believe it or not, I saw Die Hard when I was little on TV, and back when it was like VHS. And one of my favorite movies, still is my favorite movie. And to me, he played one of my favorite villains in that movie. And he is in the list, so I'm dedicating this video to Mr. Alan Rickman. So let's begin with number 5. Number 5 is this person right here, Mr. Norman Bates. That's right, Norman Bates from Psycho. Now, Norman Bates, many actors have played this character, including Vince Vaughn in the remake of Psycho. If you haven't seen that movie, you guys have to check that out. And there's also a TV show. I think it's still playing now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's canceled or not. But if you guys haven't seen this movie, you have to see it. You know, I don't recommend it for little kids. You know, you might be terrified of it. But it is a classic. And to me, it will always be a classic. I will say spoilers. The movie starts off, you see him as a nice guy, you know, helping out and all this, and all of a sudden his mother just goes insane, jealous of her son, and everybody that goes to the hotel, mother kills him. And big shocker at the end, we find out that mother is really him. He has his mother's body, which is decaying and is a skeleton already, still dressed. He takes care of her. So his split, I guess it's like a split personality, is his mother. It's himself and stuff. Very confusing, but if you guys have seen it, and I'm sorry again, spoilers if you haven't seen it, I recommend seeing this. Very great classic villain, Norman Bates. Very amazing. Number 4, you really think he should be number 1 for me, but this guy creeps me out. Hannibal Lecter. Depending if you see the movies and stuff, he is a villain, but he's also like an anti-hero. A lot of you probably will look at me like, what? You do root for him sometimes during the movie, like Silence of the Lambs, and in all the other movies, like Hannibal and the other things. But there's also a TV show, and many actors have played this character. That's my phone, I'm sorry. And in there's even like a movie that it's a younger somebody playing him when he was younger. But Hannibal Lecter is very, very creepy character, and my favorite Hannibal Lecter is Anthony Hopkins. Such a great actor, and you know, you see him now like playing Thor's father in whatever movie he's in now, and when you see him back then playing that character, he's creepy. And if you guys haven't seen it, I really don't recommend it for kids or anything, but watch Silence of the Lambs, and you can watch the other movies that are based on him, and even the TV show. I don't know if the show's still around, but the movies, Anthony Hopkins, Hannibal Lecter, great character, great villain. Number 3 will have to be the Joker. Now, first off, I'm just basing this on one Joker. There's a bunch of Jokers, and I think Heath Ledger was a great Joker, but for me, this is my Joker. Jack Nicholson played a great Joker back then. If you guys, there's a lot of you that are kids, that are younger, that haven't seen the original Batmans. You have to see them, you know. See the first one, see the second one even. Batman Returns with the Penguin and Catwoman. The third, if you want, Batman with the Riddler and Two-Face. I don't recommend the last one. But anyway, back to Jack Nicholson's Joker. To me, I think the only Joker that they gave him a real name, because those of you that don't follow comic books and stuff, and Joker's storyline, Joker doesn't really have an identity. There's a lot of people that have said, oh, they're gonna bring out what the Joker's name is, and a lot of people say, no, we don't need to know who he was, what his real name is. He's just the Joker. We love him like that. We love not knowing before he had the clown face and stuff. But back in the movies, they gave him a name. He was Jack Napier. And even in the animated series, if you read the bio and stuff, I didn't know that they kept it in the animated series back when Mark Hamill voiced the Joker. Joker's real name in the show was Jack Napier as well. And great character, this Joker. And I know it's not like Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger was awesome, and I'm sure this new actor, Jared Leto, is going to play an awesome Joker as well in Suicide Squad, and if he keeps playing Joker in future movies. But Jack Nicholson, that was awesome what he did. The makeup that they did, that his face, like people say he had something in his mouth to keep it up and stuff, but I think it was like prosthetics or something. But you know, he had a laugh and stuff, but he was also very psychotic and kind of dark as well. And his Joker would have to be like one of my favorite. So yeah, that's number 3. All right, you would think that because I dedicated this video to him, he would be number 1, but number 1 is saved for somebody else. But number 2 is Hans Gruber, played by Alan Rickman. Again, great actor, major loss, but I'll never forget his character of Hans Gruber. And also, you would think that I would put Sirius Snape from Harry Potter in this list, but he's known as a villain, but I don't think Snape was really a villain. If you see the movies, you know what I mean. It's he disliked Harry Potter from what you see in the story, and Harry disliked him, but you know, it was all like a setup or something. You have to see that. But I would have to put Hans Gruber, because I remember it's the first thing I've ever seen him in. This character, Hans, from what I remember watching, it's been a long time since I've seen Die Hard, since maybe like back when I was in high school. I have to get it. You know, those of you who know me, I have a good Blu-ray movie collection. I don't have Die Hard, the original. Do I want like the sequels? Maybe 2, maybe 3, not the other ones. But Hans Gruber was a great character. He's a character, they took over the building, him and his men, and he just had a I didn't care attitude, you know. The only backside is that he had this guy that was in the building taking his people out. But just a great character if you see it. Just I don't care attitude, a little bit psycho and crazy and stuff. But yeah, great character. So, you know, for Hans Gruber and for Alan Rickman, Happy trails, Hans. We'll miss you. All right. Now to number one. Now, this would be my number one. Very classic character. You think, why do I have him? He's not like a pure evil person. Like, there's so many villains. Like, I do this top 5. You know, I wish it could be top 10, but you know, the video would be too long. So that's why I counted down to top 5. But he had to be my number one in this list. You know, he's not a pure villain. He and stuff. He's just like the typical bully. And I've seen lots of bullies like this back when I was in school. But this is Biff Tannen from one of my favorite movie franchises, Back to the Future. Hello, McFly. Hello. Great character, Biff Tannen. I don't think if they ever do a remake, anybody else could play that character than that actor. But we saw many sides to him when he was younger, when he was like older, when he was an old man. In the movies we saw his nephew, we saw his ancestor in the third movie. And those of you that have seen the animated series, we've seen different types of Biff Tannens through the years in the cartoon. If you're wondering, they do sell the cartoon now, and yes, there is an animated series. There was recently like a special edition that came out on Blu-ray that it's all 3 movies plus the 2 seasons of Back to the Future, the animated series, and it comes with like the flux capacitor that lights up and stuff. And Biff was great. You know, he's just a character that you love to hate in the movie, and he always wants to get his way. And you know, you guys have seen the movie, see what happens, what he does when he figures like when he takes something that's not his and he like destroys the future, and they have to like, you know, start everything over again, take it away from him and stuff like that. And those of you that watch the end of my videos, I always say goodbye to you, hasta la bye bye. Those of you that don't know, I've already done a video about this and I've explained this many times. I say when I end the video, hasta la bye bye, and I got that from Biff Tannen. And a lot of you saying Biff never said hasta la bye bye in the movies. He did not say it in the movies. He said it in the ride Back to the Future, back when it was in Orlando, Florida. I think it's still in China maybe. And during the ride, when he locks the Doc up in his office, Doc is yelling at him like, Biff, don't take the time machine. And Biff is getting ready to go in the time machine and take off with it. And before he leaves, he blows a kiss to Doc like this, and he goes, hasta la bye bye. You can see a clip of that in YouTube somewhere. And so yeah, I inherited that. So now when I end a video, I always say hasta la bye bye because of this character, Biff Tannen. And great series. If nobody has ever seen Back to the Future, you guys have to see it. If you have a kid or somebody, or if you are watching this, you've never seen Back to the Future, tell your parents about it. Or if not, just go buy the movie or rent it or something and watch. You'll enjoy it. So that's it, you guys. My top 5 favorite cinematic villains. I wish this list could be longer. So tell me what top 5 you would like me to do. I will do it in the future, and I enjoyed doing this, and I promise to upload more. I am back from my break, and I hope you all that are watching are doing fine. If you're new, my name's TacoBay. A lot of people call me Taco or T-Bay, and I love you all. Remember, embrace the blue, my friends. I'll see you next time. Have a fantastic week. Hasta la bye bye. Bye bye.
Thank you for watching. I love you.